Hello friend, welcome to my Engineering Hub. This is your narrator, Chief Engineer Ravi Gupta. Today we'll talk about what important checks you need to do during the purifier overhauling part 2. In today's video, we'll learn that when we need to change the main seal ring, what thing we need to check in distributor stack, what thing we need to check in sliding bowl, and after that what thing we need to check in vertical shaft arrangement, and what thing we need to check in the horizontal shaft, and what thing we need to check in the friction pad. Friend, if you're watching Marine Engineering Hub video for the first time, I want to tell you Marine Engineering Hub is a platform in which we make video like this which will be beneficial for MU class 4, class 2 and class 1. So please subscribe our channel and join the membership. If you take the membership, you will find a lot of video which are yet to be released which can be beneficial for examination purpose. So please check the link below. So let's start the video of purifier overhauling. So this is part 2. So when the purifier is overhauled, after that we need to do the certain checks to make sure that purifier is in proper condition. So in case of main seal ring, first what we will check that whether the main seal ring is deformed or not. If the main seal ring is deformed, in that case we have to replace it with a new one. But other than that, we also check if the protruding part, if the dimension A is more than 0.5, then we need to replace the main seal ring. If there's a metallic powder accumulated or enter the seal surface, in that case also we need to replace the main seal ring. After that, if the length is more than 60% of length B, that is this is 60% of length B, then you need to change the main seal ring. Now we come to the distributor stack. Distributor stack, this is the key arrangement which basically lock the distributor in place. This dowel pin normally after a period of time worn out, so we need to replace it to make sure that this distributor stack remain in place when the purifier is working. Second thing is that this area is getting damaged whenever we are not using compression tool properly. So we need to make sure that the compression tool is properly fitted and used. This area is also getting damaged if we are not fitting back the dish stack properly or unevenly. Now the sliding ball. The sliding ball is basically the main thing which is causing the desludging and sludging of a purifier. In a sliding ball, this area is where the seal ring is coming. If the groove is worn out, in that case the sealing will not be proper and the sliding operation can be hampered. The second thing is this area. This area is basically where the nuts or screw are there, which is used for taking out the sliding ball by jacking arrangement. If the thread is not properly cleaned and we try to jack it up, in some time it may get damaged. So we need to make sure that the threads are properly cleaned before jacking it up. This is the pilot valve. The pilot valve is the main thing which help to keep the sliding ball in place during the running condition. So the pilot valve is basically, we need to check that this area, the sealing arrangement, if it is not proper, it will leak. The sliding part of a pilot valve sometime may get broken. We need to also check the condition of that. After that, the third thing we need to check that whether the pilot valve is properly seated or not, properly installed or not. That we need to check. Now we come to the vertical shaft. The vertical shaft is the most important thing which is causing the purifier to rotate to this worm gear arrangement. So in vertical shaft, we'll check different sections. Basically, the vertical shaft is installed with the bearing. So bearing area sometime get to worn out. So bearing area first need to check that okay, bearing is fine or not. After that, we'll check the worm gear area, is the worm gear arrangement is properly or not. After that, we'll measure the dimension of a purifier for various sections, and we need to make sure that the various section dimension is proper or not, because if the dimension is not proper, in that case the purifier vertical shaft is imbalanced and it will cause the imbalancement of the purifier bowl also. It will cause the wobbling of a purifier. So we need to make sure that the vertical shaft is properly balanced and all the dimensions are properly matching as per the manual. Along with that, we also check the bearing condition. That bearing area where the bearing is installed is proper, not worn out. The worm gear is not worn out. The second important thing is the upper spring. The upper spring is provided on the upper bearing area. The main purpose of this upper spring is to absorb the vibration whenever we are starting a purifier, whenever we are dislodging, or when the purifier is coming back to its proper RPM. At that time, it will absorb the vibration. That vibration is absorbed by this spring. So there are certain dimensions which we need to measure when we are doing the overhauling. Dimension A is the free length of the spring. Dimension B is the spring case dimension. Dimension D is the upper spring retainer dimension. Like all that A, B, C, D dimension we need to measure whenever we are doing the overhauling. Now, the vertical bottom part is consisting of a spring, ball and a bush. So that dimension also we need to measure. The spring dimension is A and this dimension is also A mentioned here. The flat spring dimension is also we need to measure. It should be within A. Now come the most important thing, that whenever you are doing a major overhaul of purifier, like you are changing the bearing of vertical shaft or you are changing horizontal shaft, in that case, or you are changing upper spring casing, in that case you need to make sure that the vertical shaft before overhauling and after overhauling is in same place, because if the vertical shaft distance is changed a little bit up or downward, it can hamper the purifier operation. So for that reason, the purifier dimension B and A is provided as a reference to check whenever you are doing a major overhaul. After that, you need to check that purifier vertical shaft is properly in that dimension or not. Now, in horizontal shaft, the worm gear is basically subject to worn out during the dislodging, sludging or starting process. So the worm gear allowance is 1/3 of the normal dimension. Means when the worm gear is worn out more than 1/3 of the normal dimension, we need to replace it. After that, the horizontal shaft collar area we need to check, the key area we need to check, and along with that we also need to check the bearing where the bearing is getting installed. And after that, if the gear pump is installed, the safety joint area also we need to check. So these are all the area in the horizontal shaft we need to check during the overhauling. Now we come to the friction pad arrangement. In friction pad, basically the pad brake lining is subjected to worn out. Now suppose if the pad lining was 6 mm and it has worn out to 3 mm, we need to replace all the pad. There is no specific mention of a period in which we need to change the friction pad. We change the friction pad by seeing the amount of time the purifier is taking to come up to a specific RPM. If the running time of a specific RPM coming to normal ampere rating is more, in that case we can change the friction pad. Or if the routine overhauling, if we check and if we see the lining is worn out, in that case we can change. Normally we do inspection monthly of the friction pad and 3 monthly we replace it as per standard practice. But if the lining is worn out more than that limit, we need to replace it immediately. Whenever replacement is done, in that case all the 3 friction pads will be replaced, not only one. The second thing we need to check is that frictional block inside lining surface, if it is worn out more than 1 mm, we also need to replace the frictional block. Otherwise you are changing friction pad every time and you are finding the problem still persists. It means something is wrong with, not with the friction pad, it's wrong with the frictional block. So friend, if you have find this video very useful, then please hit the like button and don't forget to subscribe. Friend, if you're watching the video till now, I guarantee if you take the membership, you will be benefited a lot. Thank you friend, have a good day.